Welcome to sports, everybody. The Bahamas Olympic Committee getting some much-needed funds from the International Olympic Committee to prepare our athletes for the 2012 Games in London. Our Charles Fisher recently spoke with BOC President Wellington Miller to find out just how those funds will be distributed.
Bahamas Olympic Committee hope to name its largest team ever when they field teams in at least 5 disciplines. Even though the International Olympic Committee has and will offer its normal assistance in terms of funding, top dollars will be needed to get the best performances out of our athletes.
We had some calls from some corporate citizens say that they're going to sponsor, but they haven't come true yet. And we're hoping that they can hurry and come true because our athletes need to go off now and get specially trained and focus, go in these various camps. So they can focus on the Olympic Games. Those who have qualified and those who have not have to focus on getting qualified. So we want to push them. We have some money ourselves that the IOC has given us for athlete preparation, $100,000. We hope to disperse that to various federations so that our athletes can now get on the ball and get rolling.
It seems that the Bahamian public is getting ready. According to Bahamas Olympic Committee President Wellington Miller, ticket sales have been going well.
But the interest is going good. I am surprised. I've just talked with the travel agency who is responsible, and they say there's over 110 persons have registered to buy tickets and see the event. That's their package. And he told me there's another 50 persons who have come in and just want to purchase event tickets. So that's Bahamians who are going to be over there during the games. So it's going very good and it's looking good, and I'm looking for at least 300 to 400 persons from the Bahamas hopefully to be over there around that time.
Get ready, Bahamians. The Summer Olympics, July 27th through August 12th in London, just 165 days away. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Charles. Well, moving right along, when the Andre Rogers and Churchill Terranos National Stadiums were torn down to make way for the new Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, many sporting fans felt that they liked the legacy of those sporting icons were also demolished. However, according to Sports Minister Charles Maynard, in the very near future, those distinguished gentlemen will have their names restored with the construction of 2 new complexes, which will house facilities for baseball and softball.
As you know, we are now naming the National Stadium the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium because we expect that the old stadium will be downturned a little bit to a practice stadium and small event stadium, and so we wanted to make sure that our premier track and field athlete Thomas A. Robinson gets his name placed on the major stadium that will attract the major events. And so we expect that we will replace the Andre Rogers name and the Churchill Terranos name as soon as we get those facilities built.
With only one championship series in the GSSA basketball season going to a decisive Game 3. That was in the senior girls division between the C.R. Walker Knights and the C.V. Bethel Stingrays. The Knights took Game 1. The Rays then came back to take Game 2 before the Knights went on to win Game 3 for their 5th straight title. For Knights coach Ken Lightbourne, the game plan was simple. Stop Rays star player Siobhan Yardley.
The key was really trying to contain number 2 because number 2 from CV Bell is an awesome player. She's really good. She's a leader. She really rallies the team and the team rallies behind her. But we had to take her out of the game. And once we could take her out of the game and force the other players to beat us, because we was going to let number 2 beat us again today. Not one person. She's an awesome player. And I tell you, the sky is the limit for that girl. I know she shouldn't feel sad or hold her head down because she played well. And in the future, she's going to be a force to reckon with.
Now in that third and final game, the Stingrays attempted to make a run, but the Knights were simply too strong when it counted the most.
As the time went down and we had a good lead because we were up by more than 10 and they just kind of slack off a little bit, and I think it was a little bit of fatigue because they played a lot and it was a hard run game, so they was a little fatigued and they let CV get back in the game. But CV is a young team and they have quick legs, so they're like the Heats and we're like the Celtics. We're trying to, the Asian team, but still I have to give my hats off to Coach Kilcutt and CV Battle, and I hope that they don't really feel too bad because they really played very well.
Still talking hoops, the North Long Island High School Basketball Classic will celebrate its silver jubilee this year, and after 25 successful years, they are still going strong. Tournament organizer Jermaine Adderley recently spoke to our Shanique Miller and told her what can be expected for the 2012 edition, which runs February 23rd through the 25th at the court in Millers.
Expected to be big. We're expecting some 38 teams in. It's going to be a boost for the island and some great competition at the junior boys, senior boys, and senior girls level.
Tell me how your basketball players are psyching themselves up and sort of gearing up for competition.
Well, we're practicing hard, we're working hard, and hopefully this year, being the 25th anniversary, we'd like for the senior boys championship to stay home, especially, and then the junior boys and the girls, we also looking to win all 3 championships, so we're working hard.
What's your record over the last few years?
Well, we won the tournament year before last, we lost it last year in all divisions, but this year we hope to capture it and bring back the glory of winning the tournament on home soil.
Well, the North Andros Invitational Track and Field Classic wrapping up this past Saturday at the Carl Oliver Stadium in Nicholstown. As we hear in this report from Julian Gibson, Family Island athletes simply dominated the competition.
Andros is known as the big yard. Well, the potential in track and field is also big, enormous. There were a number of youngsters that competed at the North Andros Invitational Track and Field meet, and they made their island proud. Some of them include Angel Pratt from Nicholstown, North Andros. She won the 200 meters. Now, according to James Storr from Mastic Point Primary School, it's all about putting in the necessary work.
Saying that we have plenty of time on our hand when after school works and things to train the children, go on the beaches and be on the track.
Now, Andros might be holding its own, but according to Kendall Campbell, track coach at Cat Island, you shouldn't leave them out.
I'm actually very proud of the performances of my athletes. I've seen a marked improvement over their performances from last year, because last year we didn't have any athletes really make the finals in track events, and this year we have done much better than that. We made about 7 or 8 finals, and we finished in top 3 in several of them.
Abaco also not getting left out. Whitson being under 17 boys 200 meters, he was able to bring it home for first place for the island of Abaco.
It's just a matter of getting out and using my hands. So that's how I managed to get in front fast.
Now, chewing up the under 20 girls 200 meters was Rowena Pickstock from North Andros.
With determination and hard work, I knew that I could do it. Yes, I started off hard on the curve. I know that I had to left something for the stretch.
For under 20 boys, Carl Knowles also made it in for North Andros of first place.
I just started stretching the curve, I use too much energy. So I just save it to end by to start from the flag so I can get more speed coming home.
Family Island athletes trying to make sure their presence is felt this coming track and field season. Julian Gibson, ZNS Total Sports.
All right, thanks a lot, Julian. Now, at the opening of the North Andros Track Classic, longtime sponsor Basil Nemore told the youngsters that while they may have the talent, they still need to put God first.
Too many people try to give their children all the Nike tennis and the best clothes in the world. Try to give them all the little funds, but they don't want to give them the thing that they need, and that is the Word of God. They need that guidance, and if you don't have that, you don't have nothing. You see, I learned to live in this world because I listened to my old gray-haired grandma. Said, boy, good manners and good behavior take you through the world.
Now, also in attendance at the North Andros Track Classic was College of the Bahamas coach Bradley Cooper. He was in search of some talent to bring back to the capital.
Right now in track and field, we have a lot of throwers, we have some jumpers, and we're looking for sprinters for both male and female to enhance the program. As you know, we have been on competing over the last 5 years, and the track is coming along, the basketball and volleyball, and it's coming on, and also soccer. But we're still trying to build every chance we get from the track and field program, especially from Family Island.
Now, Cooper also talked about the incentives that COB's track program offers to incoming student athletes.
Our program is based on the World Championship, Olympics, and CARIFTA. And if we want to have a development program here in the Bahamas, or have developed the sport itself, we have to look at what we have here in the Bahamas. We have to look at our athletes that are home much more than looking at the athletes that are away. We have coaches here who can do the same thing as the coaches away, but they are cutting themselves short and shortchanging themselves in a lot of ways by sending their kids off to school. When we look at it, 1% or 1.5% of our kids will ever be national champion in the college. But if at home, they could come home and they could train and also be Olympic champion and still get a degree at the College of Bahamas.
And that will do it for